Alright, got my mystery sidekick with me today. Welcome back to the channel. And if you saw my last video, you'll recognize this Edifice EFV620D. It's a rather large watch. It's 50.5 millimeter. And by contrast, today I'm wearing my Casio F91W, a watch that's give or take 34 millimeters wide and is a featherweight. It's so lightweight. I hardly feel it on my wrist. It's so beautiful and totally comfortable. And if you've got smaller wrists, you've got to check one out. MSRP under $20 all day long. If you don't have one, get one. If you've already got one, get another one. Trust me. I mentioned our mystery desktop sidekick. Let us know in the comments if you know who this is. It's a sports legend from the 70s and 80s. But today's all about watches, and I got a new watch to show you, and it's more of a classic style, but it's very reminiscent of the 70s and 80s. It's a much smaller watch than my last review. It's from Citizen, and I can't wait to show it to you. Let's get started. Intro complete. Let's get this watch opened up and get right to the watch. There it is. It's our Citizen. It's a classic BF0580. And this is an analog battery-powered quartz watch. Let's get the unboxing out of the way. We got our warning call out for the lithium battery. And we don't have a manual, but we do have a nice trifold cardstock calling out the 5-year warranty and linking us to registration if you need it. And that's everything that's in our box. Pretty simple. Let's get back to the watch. And we do have a nice leather-like pillow that it's mounted to. Simple and classic. And protective film applied. Let's remove that. And there's a nice looking piece of mineral glass with our Sunray Blue dial. Very nice gradients, applied indices, day date, with our highly dependable 3-hand quartz analog movement, with a push-pull crown with some nice crown guards, and a beautiful high-polished fixed bezel. A lot of cool details here. Less is more. Beautiful brushing on this stainless steel bracelet. You can see our Citizen stamped, signed, folding clasp with the locking dual button release. And plenty of protective plastic throughout. As we release our bracelet and go for the dismount, let's get this watch cleaned up and get a closer look. We do have our retail hang tag here with all the vitals, the barcode, and Citizen branding. Pretty standard stuff, but Citizen sets the standard as far as I'm concerned. They're one of the big three of my favorites: Seiko, Casio, and of course Citizen. All day long in my top 3 favorite watch brands. Let's get this watch cleaned up. There's a ton of plastic on this, which I appreciate, I think. I do wish the plastic was in larger segments so it would be a little easier to remove. But hey, that's the beauty of the unboxing experience, removing small shreds of plastic all day long. It feels just like Christmas morning to me. There, I said it. Seriously, folks.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
What? Did he just say that? You heard that, right? Anyway, I was being serious. Nevertheless, back to the show. One thing I will say is the polished areas look gorgeous, and I am appreciative that they were plastic wrapped. I'm sure they're going to scratch up, but everything looks in order here. Our stainless steel call out on our very nicely polished silver tone fold over clasp. We do have 3-step micro adjust, dual button lock release. A little jangly to be expected, but very nice, lightweight stainless steel bracelet. Looks great and fully adjustable. Let's look at our quick specs here. The big one here for me is it's 40 millimeter by 9 millimeter thick. It's a classic throwback with a little bit of a modern sizing, the 40 millimeter as opposed to like 37 or 38. We mentioned it is a quartz moved analog day date watch with mineral glass and 30 meters water resistance. I do see that we do not have a screw on case back. We do have a snap on case back, which is probably how we're achieving that 9 millimeters of low profile on the height of the case. Lug width was 22 millimeters. MSRP on this classic watch is a very impressive $129. A very reasonable price point for the Citizen brand, in my opinion. Getting a closer look at the watch face, and does look like we do have some lume applied at the hour and minute hands, as well as some accent points around the indices. And it looks like our second hand is lining up very nicely on the indicator marks, which is always very much appreciated on a quartz watch. Let's go ahead and get the watch set with our typical push-pull crown. It's a 2-step. Pull it out to the first step, and we can spin it away to achieve the day, and spin it back towards us to dial in the date. We pull the crown to the outer step, and we have hacked our seconds, and we can set our time and dial it in precisely. And we'll try to get this synchronized with our Casio momentarily, and then we'll get this watch sized and on the wrist and wrap up this video. So what do you think? 40 millimeters, is it the perfect size? Well, we're gonna get it sized up and see if we can find out when we get it on the wrist. It does look like we do have some plastic on our case back, which will get this thing disconnected and cleaned up in just a second. Just another quick look at the walk around of the bracelet. It does look so nice. All right, step one, let's go ahead and pop the spring bar at the clasp and remove our retail hang tag, and look at our underside here. Look how beautiful the polish is on the clasp with our stainless steel call out. We do have that beautiful brushing on the snap-on case back. I do wish it was a screw-on case back because it's definitely going to be a bit of delicate work to actually get this off. It is a very low profile little flange there that you need to pop when you remove the case back. Hopefully that's not going to happen too often, as this battery should last us around 3 years, and that is just a very unserious guesstimate. Please do let us know in the comments if you have a better idea of the battery life on this type of movement. Sharing is caring. Am I right?
You gotta be kidding me.
Let's zoom in on sizing this bracelet. This is pretty straightforward. You get the arrow direction of the splice bars that are connecting the links. There's a little exposed nub at each connection point that you're just going to take a high quality tool, such as this fine instrument. That's sarcasm. This is a pretty flimsy one. And simply apply pressure and... What the f? Well, that was sort of unexpected. Okay, well, let me get a different tool out and let's try this again. All right, and we're back. Let's see if we can get this splice bar to unseat itself. Pretty simple in theory, although I realize I'm not making it look simple, but this is pretty straightforward stuff. As always, please use caution, and if you have any concerns about working on your own watch, please do take it to a qualified watch technician. That said, this is not as hard as it looks. This tab is now unseating itself. You can now see the locking nub extend beyond the link. A quick pair of needle nose pliers later, and we will carefully remove the splice bar out, set that aside temporarily, and then safely remove the link. And that's just going to repeat the exercise until we have the proper fit on our watch bracelet. We'll put the links back in. We will properly align the links and then safely reinstall the splice bar back into place. Overall, a very simple process, very straightforward if you take your time and utilize a proper tool such as a small screwdriver or a press bar. Overall, this is a very user-friendly and dependable link system. Let's grab some quick weight specs on this. In grams, I did remove some links. I'm at 105 grams with the ones I took out. Let's put everything back on the scale and get a total stock measurement. And we are at 116 grams. In ounces, we're at 4.1 ounces. With the links I removed, that would be 3.7 ounces. So pretty acceptable weight for this size of watch with an all stainless steel bracelet. Let's put it back on the pillow for just a second and do a side-by-side comparison. Our 40mm case versus our Edifice, the watch I reviewed previously. This is the EFV620 chronograph, much larger, 50.5mm. Just wanted to give some perspectives of the size, significant size difference here. Confirming we do have a 40mm watch case, which I think is just the perfect size, versus our 50.5 on the Edifice. It is a great watch if you have larger wrists. This one's definitely a must-own. Great watch for the money. I do highly recommend. If you haven't seen it, please do check out that review as well. But today it's all about my Citizen, and I love that 40mm size. You can just see it's just going to fit a lot of folks. Let's do one final comparison here with our Casio, the F91W, the classic 34mm digital legend. How about this for a two-watch collection right here? You're covering a lot of ground with Casio and Citizen, two of my favorite brands. What do you think? You're covering a lot of ground, and if you have smaller wrists, these two watches should be under serious consideration to add to your collection for sure. I'm really digging the smaller watches. All right, finally, let's get this Citizen Classic on the wrist, and I think I sized it right. It's very comfortable, and it looks perfect. I think 40mm may be my sweet spot. In the modern age, where the large case size is very common, we're getting up to 50mm, it's very refreshing to tone it back down and to re-explore some of the smaller case sizes. I think the 40 is just a modern sweet spot for me, for sure. 6 3/4 inch wrists, highly recommend it. You do have the micro adjust if you need it, depending on how you like to wear the watch. The weight is right. It's as comfortable as it looks. It looks and feels amazing. And I am very impressed with this watch. There, I said it. For our final segment, we're going to go ahead and check the Lume, and I have my favorite Olight EDC. This is the arc-filled UV. This is a rechargeable magnetic cap, cool white LED. It does have two modes. It's got LED up to 1,000 lumens with 5 brightness settings, and it also has UV, and it is perfect for lighting up our Lume. And you can see we have Lume applied to the hands, the minute and hour, as well as the accent points around the chapter ring. And that's pretty much it. Pretty conservative on the Lume, but this is a classic analog watch. Very serviceable, acceptable Lume for this style of classic quartz analog watch. All right, this is really our final segment. Let's talk about use cases. You can wear this in a casual setting, wear it to school, work, wear it to the gym if you want. Okay, maybe not the gym. But this watch is so versatile, it could very well be your everyday signature watch, regardless of the setting. Again, street clothes or just snap your fingers and put a sport coat on and dress it up. Wear it to work, wear it to date night, put on a suit, wear it to a formal occasion. This watch just works, and I think it'd be a great one watch collection. Classic old school in the digital smartwatch age. It's just, dare I say, so refreshing to have a timepiece that will last a lifetime and a watch that you can make some memories with and potentially leave behind to your kids or your friends or family as a part of your cool legacy. And as awesome as they are, I just don't see myself leaving behind a smartwatch. To me, that's like leaving behind your iPhone or something. I don't know. I love technology, but it's just not the same as this kind of memento, a potential keepsake that should last generations, hopefully. All right, well, that's what I got for this one. Please let me know your thoughts, and if you check one of these out, please look at my links in the description. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you've already done so, I really do appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around. Stay tuned for more content. Until then, I'll see you next time.